So in last class we saw inverse Z transform. In inverse Z transform, we have four methods: long division method, partial method, residue method, and convolution method. So long division and partial method we saw yesterday itself. In last class we saw long division method and partial fraction. Now we will see the residue method. Any doubts in long division and partial fraction? Any doubts? Okay. Now we will see the residue method. So normally you know your inverse Z transform formula. X of n will be equal to 1 divided by 2 pi j integral to the whole circle x of z z power n minus 1 into dz. Okay, in residue method, to find out this x of n, you have to find out the residue of the particular given signal. Okay, so residue you have to find out x of n be equal to summation residue of residues of x of z into z power n minus 1 at the poles inside the circle C. Okay, well, this is the formula you have to use to find out the inverse Z transform by using residue method. Okay, summation of residues of x of n z power n minus 1 at the poles inside the circle. Okay, this is the formula to find out the inverse Z transforms. So now we will solve one problem. Okay, so find the inverse Z transform by using residue method. For the following signal, x of z will be equal to 1 plus 3 into z inverse divided by 1 plus 3 into z inverse plus 2 into z power minus 2. Okay, this is your question. For this, you have to find out the inverse Z transform. What is the first step? Means you have to convert all your Z inverse to Z. Okay, wow. To convert Z inverse to Z, you have to multiply by higher order. What is the higher order here? What is the higher order, pa? What is the higher order? Here higher order will be Z power minus 2. Okay, wow. So you have to multiply your numerator and denominator by Z square. Okay, so if you multiply, you will get x of z will be equal to 1 plus 3 z inverse into z square divided by 1 plus 3 z inverse plus 2 into z power minus 2 into z square. Okay, so you will get, if you multiply inside means you will get z square plus 3 az divided by z square plus 3z plus 2. Okay, here you can take your x common outside. So you can write z into z plus 3 divided by z square plus 3z plus 2. Okay, and one more thing, denominator you can able to find out your poles. So in denominator, if you make equal to 0 means that that will be your poles value. So 2, 3. So you will get 2 poles, 1 and 2. So z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. Okay. So this is your first step. You have to convert all your z inverse to z and you have to minimize your expression. Okay. Next you have to substitute this x of z in your formula. You know your formula, right? X of n will be equal to 1 divided by 2 pi j integral over the circle C x of z into z power n minus 1 into dz. Okay, so this is your formula. So this will be equal to summation of residues of x of z into z power n minus 1 at poles of x of z into z power n minus 1 within a circle C. Okay. So in the place in the x of z, you have to substitute the given signal. Okay. So summation residues of x of z, you have to substitute the value z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2 into z power n minus 1 at poles. What are the poles here? Here you have two poles, right? Z equal to minus 1 and z equal to minus 2. So at poles z equal to minus 1 and z equal to minus 2. Okay, now you have to find out the residues. So here you have mark summation, right? Here you have two poles, so you have two residues. Okay, so how we have to write means you have to write residues of this one. You can simplify and write so z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2, and this one I can split and write z power n into z inverse. So z inverse and z will get cancelled. You will get the remaining term at z equal to at poles z equal to minus 1 plus second residue will be z equal to minus 2, right? So residues of z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. This also you can split and write like this. Z and z inverse will get cancelled at the pole value z equal to minus 2. So for this, first you have to find out your corresponding residue value. So for this pole value is z equal to minus 1, right? So your residue will be z plus 1. Okay, z plus 1 into this value z plus 3 into z power n divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2 for the pole value of z equal to minus 1 plus this one. For this pole value will be z equal to minus 2. So z equal to minus 2 means your residue will be z plus 1. Z, sorry, z equal to minus 2 means your residue will be z plus 2. So z plus 2 into z plus 3 into z power n divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. Okay, for the pole value z equal to minus 2. Okay, pole value z equal to minus 2. Now you have to simplify your expression. Okay, here z plus 1, z plus 1 will get cancelled. Here z plus 2 and z plus 2 will get cancelled. Next step. After this, you can't do any simplification, just to substitute the z value in all the expression. Here you have to substitute z equal to minus 1 for all the z's, and for this term, you have to substitute z equal to minus 2 for all the terms. Okay, so substitute the value z minus 1 plus 3 into minus 1 whole power n divided by minus 1 plus 2. This is your first term. So second term you have to substitute z equal to minus 2. So minus 2 plus 3 into minus 2 power n divided by minus 2 plus 1. Okay, next you have to simplify. Minus 1 plus 2 you will get 2 minus 1 power 1. Here you will get 1 denominator. So then here divided by 1. Here 1 into minus 2 whole power 1 divided by minus 1. So you can write 2 into minus 1 power n minus of this minus of minus 2 whole power n. This is your x of n by using residue method. Okay, this is for n is greater than 0. Okay, this is the first case. Okay, first case clear, right? So you have to find out the residue of the given x of z into z power n minus 1. Residue value you have to find out by using the poles. In this uh, in this problem I am getting two poles, so you have to find out two residues. So two poles is nothing but x z equal to minus 1 and z equal to minus 2. Z equal to minus 1 means your residue will be z plus 1. If z equal to minus 2 means your residue will be z plus 2. Okay, wow. So this is your residues. After that you have to simplify, you have to substitute the corresponding pole values to the term, and you have to simplify the problem. You will get your x of n at last. Okay, this is for the first case. For n is greater than 0. Okay, another case will be there. Okay, another case is nothing but for n is less than 0, we can prove that x of n will be equal to 0. N is less than 0 means it's nothing but a negative value. So here I am going to consider one negative value as n will be equal to minus 1. So I am going to substitute n equal to minus 1 for the given expression. Okay. So first write here x of z into z power n minus 1. Okay, first find out the x of z and z power n minus 1. Okay, what is it x of z? X of z will be z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 plus into z plus 2. So z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2 into z power n minus 1. In the place of n, substitute the given value. Z into z plus 3 into, if you substitute minus 1, you will get minus 1 minus 1 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. So which is nothing but z into z plus 3, and this z and one z inverse will get cancelled. You will get z inverse in divided by z plus 1 to z plus 2. Here you have z inverse into z inverse. Okay, so one z inverse, this z will get cancelled. You will get only z inverse. This z inverse you can able to write z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2, because whole term should be in the whole term will be should be in the form of z. It should not be z inverse. So I am going to write this z inverse as 1 divided by z. So this z will go to denominator. You will get a poles like this. Now how many poles are there here? Here you will get 3 poles, right? So you have to find out 3 residues. Okay, so x of minus 1, because here I am going to consider n value as minus 1 now. So in the place of x of n, I am going to replace n as minus 1, will be equal to summation residue of x of z into z power n minus 1. This is your x of z and into z power minus 1 now. Okay, at poles z equal to 0, z equal to minus 1 and z equal to minus 2. Okay, substitute the x of z value. Residue of x plus 3, z plus 3 in divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2 at poles z equal to 0, z equal to minus 1 and z equal to minus 2. Okay, so if 3 poles is there now, you will get 3 residues. So write that 3 residues. Residue of z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2 at z equal to 0 plus residue of z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2 at z equal to minus 1 plus residue of z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2 at z equal to minus 2. This is it. Now we have to substitute your residue value. So x equal to 0 now, your corresponding residue will be z. Z equal to minus 1 means your residue will be z plus 1. Z equal to minus 2 means your residue will be z plus 2. So substitute your residues and simplify the problem. Okay. So first, so for this, your residue value will be z. So z into z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2. For the pole value, z equal to 0 plus second residue, z equal to minus 2, right? So your residue will be z plus 1. So z plus 1 into z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2. For the pole value, z equal to minus 1. Then plus, for this your residue value will be z equal to minus 2. Pole value is z equal to minus 2 and your corresponding residue will be z plus 2. Z plus 2 into z plus 3 divided by z into z plus 1 into z plus 2, z equal to minus 2. Okay, then cancel your residue. Cancel your residues and substitute the pole value. Z and z will get cancelled. Z plus 2, z plus 2 will get cancelled. X plus 1 and x plus 1 will get cancelled. Now you have to substitute z value. Here z value is 0. Substitute 0 for all the z. So if you substitute 0, you will get 3 divided by 1 into 2 plus here substitute minus 1. If you substitute minus 1 plus 3 you will get 2 divided by minus 1 into 1 plus here substitute minus 2. So you will get 1 divided by minus 2 into minus 1. So 3 divided by 2 minus 2 minus plus 1 by 2. Okay. Now solve this expression. Okay. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 divided by 2 minus be equal to, if you add this 4 divided by 2 minus 2. So this and this, you will, if you cancel, you will get 2. 2 minus 2, you will get 0. Okay. So here, therefore, for n is less than 0, your x of n will be equal to 0. So your x of n will be equal to this value. Okay. Z of minus n whole power n into u of n. Okay. This one minus 2 whole power n into u of n. Okay. This is your x of n. Clear? At last here x of n will be, you previously find out the value. So u of n normally for negative value it will be 0. So to find out this only you taken this case. Okay va? U of n உனக்கு தெரியும். U of n வந்து பாசிட்டிவ் சிக்னல்ஸ்க்கு மட்டும்தான் 1 இருக்கும் வேல்யூ, நெகட்டிவ் சிக்னல்ஸ்க்கு 0. அந்த நெகட்டிவ் சிக்னலுக்கு 0ன்றத ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு தான் இந்த செகண்ட் கேஸ் நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணி அதை சால்வ் பண்ணோம். ஓகேவா? அப் டு திஸ் கிளியர், ரைட்? எனி டவுட்? எனி டவுட்? So now we will see the next problem. Okay. Next method will be the last method, convolution method. Guys, up to this clear, right? Last three methods. So solve the given problem by using convolution method. X of z will be equal to 1 plus 3 z inverse. I'm going to consider the same problem. 1 plus 3 z inverse divided by 1 plus 3 z inverse plus 2 into z power minus 2. Okay. So first, same method, you have to convert all your z inverse to z. Okay. To replace z inverse to z, you have to multiply and divide your given expression by the higher order. Here higher order will be z square. So z square, in numerator and denominator you have to multiply by z square. Okay. So if you multiply, you will get x of z will be equal to z into z plus 3 divided by. So in previous problem we solved step by step, so I write directly here. Okay. Here you will get two terms, right? So in the two term I am going to split as, let this x of z will be equal to x1 of z into x2 of z. Okay. X1 of z is nothing but first term, z divided by z plus 1. Okay. Second term will be z plus 3 divided by z plus 2. Okay. So this one again you can simplify and write as z divided by z plus 2 plus 3 divided by z plus 2. So every term should be in the form of z. Here it will be having only the constant value. So I am going to divide and I am going to multiply z into z inverse. So z into z inverse means what is the value? It will become z power 0. Z power 0 value will be 1. So I am going to multiply by z into z inverse. So that z inverse I am going to write here. Okay. So z into z inverse, 3 z inverse into 3z divided by z plus 2. Okay. So this is your x2 of z. Now we are going to find out the inverse of these two signal. Okay. X of z and x2 of z. Okay. So what is the inverse z transform for x of z? Yesterday itself I told you, right? X of z divided by z plus a means what is the value? You will get a power n into u of n. Okay, then z divided by z minus a means you will get, sorry, z divided by z minus a means you will get a power n into u of n. Okay, if you are finding inverse for z plus a means here it will be negative value minus a power n into u of n. Okay, wow. So this is your z inverse. Like this, you have to replace this value. Here, what is the Z transform? Z divided by Z plus 1. Then what is the inverse? X, x1 of n will be equal to minus 1 whole power n into u of n. Next, x2 of n will be equal to, what is the Z transform for this? Here you will have positive term, Z divided by Z plus 2. So here it will become negative, minus 2 whole power n into u of n. Here 3 into Z divided by so right, plus 3 into Z divided by Z plus 2, you will get minus 2 whole power n u of n. Here you have Z power minus 1 all term also will be there. So you have to write one shifting minus 2. Okay, wow. So for this inverse will be Z divided by Z plus 1 and minus 1, because here positive term, if you're taking inverse means it will become minus. Okay, minus 1 power n into u of n. Then for this x2 of z, you have to find out the inverse. It will become x2 of n will be equal to minus 2 power n into u of n plus 3 into minus 2 whole power n into u of n. Here you have one z inverse term. So you have to write one shifting. Here power will be minus 1, right? So you have to write minus 1. U of n minus 1. Okay. So up to this clear? Next for this you have to take the convolution. Clear, right? Up to this. So x of n will be equal to x1 of n convolution of x2 of n. Okay. So write the x1 of n. x1 of n is nothing but minus 1 whole power n into u of n convolution of this whole value. So write that whole value. Minus 2 power n into u of n plus 3 into minus 2. Here if you are writing shifting means here also you have to write the shift. Okay, wow. So n minus 1 u of n minus 1. Next, you have to multiply this with this and this with this. So if you multiply, you will get minus 1 power n into u of n convolution of this term. Minus 2 power n into u of n plus this with this. Okay, here constant term is 3. So write that 3 first. Okay, 3 into minus 1 whole power n into u of n convolution of minus 2 power n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. Okay. Next, for this you have to find out the convolution. What is the convolution formula, pa? Already you know, right? X of t convolution of h of t. How will you write? X of tau into h of t minus tau. Like this you will write, right? So here everything in term of n. So what I'm going to write? So x1 of n convolution of x2 of n means I am going to write x1 of n, x1 of k into x2 of n minus k. Okay, wow. So first term you have to replace by k, second term you have to replace by n minus k. Okay, this is your formula for convolution. X1 convolution of x2 will give you x1 of k into x2 of n minus k. So replace all your n as k in first term. Okay, this will be separate convolution and this will be separate convolution. Summation k equal to 0. Here everything will be depends on k. So summation also should be in the form of k. K equal to 0 to n minus 1. First term you should replace by k. So minus 1 power n into u of k into second one you have to replace by n minus k. So you will get minus 2 whole power n minus k into u of n minus k. Okay, this will be the first term. So then write the second one. Second one, here one constant value, right? So write that 3 first. After that, summation. So here already, in a convolution integral and all, what you will do. So denominator always should be based on first term. So first term la u of n irundha, obviously it will be 0. And upper term always should be in term of t. Here n only replace your t. So always it should be in the form of n. Okay va? So second term la inga n value enna irukku? Here in second term you have n value as n. So write you wrote n. Okay, here n value is n minus 1. So the limit value will be k equal to 0 to n minus 1. First term you have to replace by k. This 3 already I wrote here. Okay, so minus 1 power k into u of k into minus 2. So here n will be replaced by n minus k. So n minus k minus 1 into u of n minus k minus 1. Okay, like this you have to expand. After this you have to do the simplification. Here everything will be depends on கேவா சமேஷன் கேல இருக்கிறதுனால எல்லாமே கேவை டிபெண்ட்ஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்கணும். ஸோ இது கே டேர்ம்ல இருக்கு, இது கே டேர்ம்ல இருக்கு. இங்க -2 மட்டும் பாரு n மைனஸ் கேல இருக்கு. ஸோ -2 பவர் n யூ கேன் செப்பரேட் திஸ் இன்டு 2 -2 பவர் n இன்டு -2 பவர் -k. So I am going to take only this n term outside because this is the constant term. So you should take that outside. So summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 power k into u of k into, so take this -2 power n outside. Okay, so then you will get -2 power minus k into u of n minus k plus. Same way here also you have to check what is the constant term here. Here also you have n minus 1 constant, so take that outside, plus 3 into -2 into n minus 1 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 minus 1 power k into u of k to -2 power minus k into u of n minus k minus 1. Okay va? So like this you have to take a constant term outside, then normal simplification. Okay, up to this clear, right? So next see. So here u of k is there. U of k means normally it will having the value 1. So write that. Here u of k is there. U of k means for positive value it will be 1. So replace u of k as 1. So you will get -2 whole power n summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 whole power k into -2 whole power minus k into u of n minus k plus this term plus this term. Okay va? Plus 3 into -2 whole power n minus 1 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 minus 1 power k into u of k va? U of k value will be 1. So into -2 power minus k into u of n minus k minus 1. Sorry, this also will become 1. So no need to write u of k term there. Okay, next simplify and write. Here see -2 power n summation k equal to 0 to n. Here it will be -1 power k. Here inverse is there, so you can write minus of 1 divided by 2 into k. Then 1 divided by 2 means it will be 0.5 la. So 3 into minus 2 power n minus 1 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 minus 1 power k. Then you will get here also inverse. In power you have inverse. So write that minus 1 divided by 2 power k. So this will be 0.5. So minus 2 whole power n summation k equal to 0 to n. 1 into minus 0.5 you will get 0.5 power k plus 3 into minus 2 n minus 1 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1. Here also minus 1 into minus 0.5 you will get 0.5 whole power k. Okay. So after this one you can expand. So if you expand, you will get 1 plus a square up to n term. Normally you will get up to infinity. So you will write, so 1 plus a square up to infinity means you will write 1 divided by 1 minus a. Here what is the value? Up to n. So 1 plus a square plus up to n means up to n means you have to write up to n means 1 divided 1 minus a power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus a. Okay, wow. So you have to use this expression. So up to infinity means you can write 1 divided by 1 minus a. இங்க up to n தான். Summation value n வரதா இருக்கு. n வரனா 1 minus a power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus a. Okay, wow. You have to write like this. So in the place of a you have to substitute 0.5. So substitute and write minus 2 whole power n into 1 minus 0.5 into n plus power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus 0.5. So same thing here also. 3 into minus 2 n plus, sorry, n minus, here n minus 1, and the summation will be 1 minus 0.5 into n plus 1 divided by 1 minus 0.5. Okay. Then simplify this one. Minus 2 whole power n. So that time 0.5 whole power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus 0.5 you will get 0.5 plus 3 into minus 2 n minus 1 into 1 minus 0.5 whole power n plus 1 divided by 0.5. So 1 divided by 0.5 you can write 2. So you have to replace minus 2 whole power n into 2 into this 1 divided by 0.5 you can write it as 2. Okay. So 2 into 1 minus 0.5 into n plus 1 plus 3 into minus 2 into n minus 1 into 2. This 1 divided by 0.5 will become 2. 1 minus 0.5 into n plus 1. Okay. After this I can split the, here you have in power you have n plus 1. So I can split and write minus 2 power n into 2 1 minus 0.5 whole power n into 0.5 plus 3 into minus 2 power n minus 1 into 2 1 plus 0.5 whole power n into 0.5. Okay. Next, take this 2 inside. 2 உள்ள எடுத்துட்டு போயிடு. This term you should take inside. So if you take this term inside means you will get minus 2 power n into 2 minus this and this. You have to multiply power term into power term, this and this. So minus 2 into 0.5 you will get 0.5. Sorry. So 0.5 means 2. 2 into minus 2 you will get minus 1. So take this inside, you will get minus 1. So here 0.5. Here minus 2, right? So minus 2 into 0.5 means 1 divided by 2. This and this will get cancelled. You will get minus 1. So you will get minus 1 power n minus 3 into minus this term you should take inside. So you will get n minus 1 into 2 plus again multiply. This and this, if you multiply, you will get 3 into minus 1 whole power n. Okay. So this is the term. After that, you have to simplify all your n terms separately, all your constant term separately. Simplify, you will get minus 2 power minus 2 into n power n minus of minus 2 power n for n is greater than or equal to 0. So x of n you can write it as 2 into minus 1 power n minus of minus 2 power n into u of n. This is your x of n. So like this you have to find out your inverse z transform by using convolution method.